Hi, my name's Mark, one of the pastors here at Trillium. Today we looked at the story of Mary and Martha and Jesus. Jesus is moving through the countryside. He comes to a small town, and Martha opens her home to him. It says that she received him hospitably. And she goes about the practice of extending hospitality to Jesus. And Jesus sits down to teach in her home, and Mary's right before his feet. I imagine other people from the community came out to hear Jesus. It's probably this local celebrity that had come to town, and there's Mary right before Jesus, right in the center spot. Martha's off in the background, scattering about all the tasks that she has to do. And it's interesting. I've noticed in life that people have a hard time putting them right in the center spot of some new teaching or a new way of learning or growing. We often like to sit on the sidelines or in the back areas that are obscure us a bit. I mean, I go to yoga class and I notice that the center spot, that spot right in front of the yoga teacher, is often one of the last spots filled in the class. There's 30 people in class, yet that is one of the last ones filled. What do you suppose that might be? Or I go to a drumming class. I'm part of the Funga drummers. I'm really an avid drummer, and yet the place I don't want to be is right beside the drum leader of our group, who's also the instructor of our class. He's a great drummer, and I'd rather sit a few chairs away from him than right beside him. Why do you suppose that might be? Or I notice in church, a lot of churches, people tend to congregate to the back part. They don't want to sit too close to the front. I wonder to myself why that might be. And we talked about this a bit last week, the finger of judgment, the finger of punishment or condemnation, the finger of criticism that's pointed a lot in life. And I'm wondering if people don't want to sit too close to the yoga instructor, not right in front of the yoga instructor's attention, because they're not wanting to experience the finger of criticism. Or maybe people don't want to sit too close to the drum instructor because they don't want to experience the criticism, or they stand back in church because they're afraid of the minister or the pastor's judgment against them. And I think to myself, wow, what are we missing when we don't put ourselves in that center point? If you want to learn anything and you really, really want to learn it, it doesn't matter what it is. You got to put yourself right in the center point of life. There's Mary right before Jesus. She wants to learn about love. She wants to learn about love, and she wants that, what we talked about, metanoia experience, that transformation of point of view, her perception transformed so that she sees only through the lens of love. And this is why she stands right in front of Jesus. She's going to receive this blessing full head on. That's what she needs in the moment. It's interesting. So often we shunt off to the side. We stand out of the limelight so that we don't risk the finger being pointed at us. And it's a tragedy in a sense, because the truth is that yoga instructor wants to bless you and me if we're in that center spot with the best teaching possible. And my drum instructor only wants us all to play as well as we possibly can. And at least at Trillium, we want to extend blessing to people. We're not interested in pointing the finger to anyone. In fact, we believe in a God who doesn't point fingers. So much of religion is about God pointing fingers at people, not doing this or doing this, criticism about this, condemnation about this. But at Trillium, well, that's not the God we worship, at least. We believe God comes with us and to us with open hands, And this is what is wanting to be extended to you today, open hands. That finger you're afraid of, well, take the chance. Sit in the center point. Put yourself right in the limelight. Put yourself right in the path of the new teaching or the new opportunity to grow. And you will experience, I truly believe, a miracle. You'll receive a blessing beyond what you could ever imagine. This is the goodness that Jesus calls us to do as his follower. We're meant to sit right in the center point of his teachings, allow his goodness to flow over us and to awaken the Christ light that we may manifest heaven's ways on earth. This is what you're made for. This is what I'm made for. The finger, it can be put away. Instead, the open hand as child of God is what we are meant to give and receive in life. And this is your blessing this day. Go and give and receive your blessing.